Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of Inside the Dressing Room. I'm your host Dhaka. Bangladesh team is going to be very busy soon with the Pakistan series. How they are going to do after the Dubai debacle. We are going to talk about that, and also we're going to talk about the Bangladesh A and New Zealand A match, which finished in a draw in Mirpur. To talk about all that, I have Atif Azam with me. Atif, welcome to the show. As I've mentioned in the introduction, that Bangladesh will be gearing up soon against Pakistan. But after the debacle of the UAE series, did you have any opportunity to talk to the players or the management? How is the mental situation over there?
I think they are going with a mixed feeling. Some of them were reluctant, but had to agree after the board insisted them to agree. Apart from Naidana, everyone else is available. But still there's a lot of reluctancy.
সব মশার বিরুদ্ধে সুরক্ষা দিতে এলো বসুন্ধরা এক্সট্রিম অ্যারোসল মশার বিরুদ্ধে এক্সট্রিম সুরক্ষা
But at the same time, we've always seen that Bangladesh have done well when their
The
back
chips
was
are
against,
down, exactly.
or backs against the wall. So they're expecting to make a good fight back. But I don't think that's really possible at this moment.
Right,
Because when you'll be playing Pakistan, they'll be coming with the top players of the PSL
right.
under their belt who have been playing T20 constantly. So they're in a much better shape physically. I mean, their muscle memory is much better prepared for T20
Right.
than the Bangladeshi cricket.
Atif, there's been always a lot of talk regarding the BCB schedule, what they do for the national team. They just played T20 series in UAE, then they will play another T20 series in Pakistan, then they'll go for a break, and after that they have a full-fledged Sri Lanka tour, which includes, of course, test matches. How to fix this, or do you think this is what BCB is doing is apt and appropriate for the cricketers?
I think they don't have any other choice. Because the future tour program is always changing. But more or less it's been fixed for 4 years. So when you are having a future tour program, the best thing that they can do is that if they can have separate teams, then it fixes a lot of problems.
Right,
Because if the same player is playing the test and the ODIs and the T20, then he gets stuck.
right.
But if you have separate team, I don't say that you have separate team for 3 formats. I say you have separate team for red ball and
white ball. Exactly.
In that case, that can be a much easier for players to adapt.
Right.
But at the same time, you have to understand that we don't have a lot of players. So
Right. That was my next question. That do you feel that Bangladesh have enough talent in the pipeline? Because we also saw the Bangladesh A versus New Zealand A match, which ended in a draw in Mirpur today. We saw some familiar faces over there, and they performed well. If I take names, Namul Bijoy, Zakir Hossain, all the players who were familiar played well. So no new talent. Do you think it's a bit of concern for BCB for the upcoming future?
if we had pipeline, then we wouldn't be picking Miraj for Tommo.
Exactly.
I think that speaks a lot. If you've got a good pipeline, then you would be picking up a player, I mean, like for like replacement. So that's one thing. And the second thing is that you're talking about familiar faces. I don't think that playing Anamul Haq or anyone with familiar faces have been playing cricket for so many years.
Exactly.
I think we need to make a plan regarding our A team and emerging team and all the HP teams. Like if there's a possibility, there should be 3 or 4 national team players in the A team. Whereas if you see, I think all of them have played in the national team. More or less all of them.
Exactly.
So that's not how things go in the A team. But what I feel is that we are a very result-oriented country, and being a result-oriented country, we always go for results. Because I was personally very disappointed to see emerging team win the championship
Exactly.
by 2-1. Because when you are playing against South Africa and you are playing 4 spinners and 1 pace bowlers, that itself is demeaning. I mean, demeaning in the sense you are winning the match, but are you really improving?
Exactly. And
When you got a team like South Africa,
right.
you should be you should be preparing a wicket where it encourages pace bowlers. In that case, what would have happened? You would have learned how to play pace bowlers in the middle overs.
The youngsters would have learned that.
Yes, because these wins, this series win, these are all fruitless unless it bears fruits for the national team.
Exactly. And Atif, very interesting that you've mentioned this topic of picking spinners, a handful of spinners for a foreign team. Bangladesh A team did the same against New Zealand A. So do you think the BCB think tank in the near future or in a long run are only thinking about results rather than producing players?
At least their action speaks that way. Because what I feel is that I will take home advantage, but only when I'm in the national team.
Exactly. So,
Apart from being in the national team, home advantage will not serve us. But why did New Zealand came here?
to learn how to play spin.
And we offered them.
We offered them and we helped them in a way to play in spin conducive pitches and spinners, and those who are international level spinners who played tests for Bangladesh, right?
Yeah, what happened now is that this New Zealand batsman, in 3 to 5 years' time,
they will come back to
they'll
Bangladesh.
be leading the world.
Right.
Because they have started knowing how to play the spinners, where to play the spinners. But we will not be leading because we don't know how to play the pace bowlers.
Right.
Unless we have a proper structure in place and a proper, we need to have this discussion among the management that we are going to prepare only dead batting wicket.
Right.
When you are preparing a batting wicket, what happens is that your bowlers are learning.
Their fast bowlers are bending their back, spinners are trying to figure out new tricks, and so on and so
Just not
forth.
to prepare for a batsman, just to make your bowler more versatile, you should prepare batting wicket.
Exactly. And also to at certain amount of time to help the pace bowlers, maybe a few wickets with some bounce and help for the swing, right?
Yeah, but the way we are trying to win matches in the A teams and emerging teams, it's quite alarming.
Right.
Because we need to win matches at the national team, not in the A team and emerging team.
Right. So finally, Atif, your last words on the Pakistan series. Coming back to that, how do you see this series unfolding? And do you think Bangladesh, as you've mentioned, that when the chips are down, they perform very well under pressure? But now the pressure is, I think, in the recent times, is a bit too much. Maybe on Litton as a young captain and a new captain. Not a young captain, but as a new captain, as we are trying to keep him till the World Cup. So, do you think all these things will be in his mind?
I think what I feel is that he should be the whole team management. I'm just mentioning one player, Miraj.
Exactly.
They have picked Miraj. On what basis they have picked Miraj? Miraj did not play in T20 matches.
Exactly.
He was ignored.
And he was not even in the plans, as far as we know, right? We've heard.
Probably not in the plan A.
Exactly.
Now Bangladesh is playing plan B.
Plan B.
Because after losing to UAE, you have started having plan B. But this plan A and plan B, you need to fix one plan. And that should go till the World Cup.
Exactly.
If Miraj is in a World Cup plan, then play him, then take him, then go anywhere with him. But don't make him a stopgap arrangement.
Exactly.
That's where we need to focus.
Right. Atif, thank you for your insights.
Thanks.
Folks, that was another episode of Inside the Dressing Room. I'll be back soon. Till then, you take care.
Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe our YouTube channel. Get the latest update on www.daily-sun.com.